Hey, Steve Gamache here for Chef Knives to Go, and this is the Yoshikane SKD Nashiji Gyuto 240mm knife. So this knife is made with semi-stainless steel for the core and soft stainless cladding on either side of that for a 3-layer construction. So let's take a look at the specs on this. The weight and dimensions can vary a little bit from knife to knife, but this steel on this one is SKD 12 semi-stainless steel. Heat treats about 63 Rockwell on that, so it's fairly hard. It should have really nice edge retention, and as long as you've got good stones, it should be reasonable to sharpen. Semi-stainless steel might gain a patina slowly, if at all. Typically, if you treat it like a carbon steel knife, reactive knife, and just use it, wash it, dry it, put it away, you'll be fine. It's got stainless cladding on either side, so that helps, again, maintenance on it, make it easy. They do what they call a Nashiji or pear skin finish, what's called a pear skin finish on this, and this maker has a kind of a smooth style on that. It's very smooth and kind of uniform. But very, very great craftsmanship on these knives. They're extremely well-made blades, wonderful grinds, straight, fit and finish, attention to detail. So they're excellent knives. They're really well crafted. This particular one is 197 grams or 6.9 ounces with these Wenge handles on them. And the edge length is 243 millimeters or 9.6 inches from the tip to the back of the heel. Overall length is 398 millimeters or 15.7 inches. It's a fairly large blade. I measured the spine actually in 3 places, but coming out of the handle, it's about 3.7 millimeters thick in the back, but it thins out really nicely towards the middle. It's about 2.1, 2.2-ish. And then it even thins out a little bit more past that, and that's what you call a distal taper, when the spine gradually thins out from the back of the knife to the tip. These are very thin ground at the tip. They've got a generous grind. You can see starts way up here, and very well done. And so these are thin at the tip, and the performance should be very, very good. Here is the back of the blade, and again, ground thinly towards the edge. Get our camera to focus. Come on. There we go. Very thin at the edge as well, so high performance on these all the way. Yet they're fairly stiff at the spine, so you get a lot of confidence on the cutting board. Fairly tall as well, 51 millimeters at the back, and so you've got kind of a thin neck here. You do have a curve from the choil into the neck into the handle, so there's plenty of space here for your finger for a pinch grip, so very comfortable on a pinch grip. The handles are octagonal Wenge with a black buffalo horn ferrule on them, and the handle fit and finish is nice. Every handle is a little unique. This Wenge has a lot of figure to it, so handles are always interesting with this wood. You've got good glue up here, seal job where it goes into the handle from the tang, and the balance point is going to be, for me, pretty close to a pinch grip. So it's right about here with this handle. The handles are fairly long, and Wenge is fairly heavy wood, but that puts that balance point, for me, almost pretty close to a pinch grip, which gives you a nice nimble feel, even though the blade's pretty big. As I mentioned, fit and finish is excellent on these. The right side of the blade has laser engraved kanji on it right here. You can see the pear skin or Nashiji finish, and then the grind, and kind of a semi-polish towards the edge. Here's the core steel right here. And on the left side of the blade, you also have laser engraved kanji symbols. They've done a nice job of polishing and rounding the spine all the way down, and they've also taken the time to polish and relieve the choil as well. So very nice fit and finish on these. These are really sharp out of the box. Give them a 7, maybe 8 out of 10 on my scale, and so that's unusual. These are very, very sharp out of the box. Again, super clean grind. This particular knife has some of the cleanest grinds I've ever seen on really about anything. And I've seen a lot of knives, and especially the left side of this one. It's just super consistent grind from all the way down the knife. It's really, really pretty to behold. So here's the edge profile on this. So you'll see they've got a pretty good stop towards the heel. It kind of flows real nicely into the heel. You've got a good flat section in the back, maybe 30-40% of the blade. So great spot there to chop. The tip's kind of medium height, so I can get fairly high. I can get about right here before it starts digging in. So this will pretty easily cover medium to short, or small product as far as rock cutting goes. It'll rock cut nicely. Push-pull cuts will be no problem, obviously chopping towards the back. Tip draws you can do. You'll have to get the handle a little bit higher, but you can do tip draws on it. And so the pretty versatile profile. So it's got a little bit of everything on there for all the different standard kind of knife cutting techniques. So once again, a high degree of craftsmanship on this knife. Excellent fit and finish. Really nice work, and easy to care for knife with high performance materials. So this is the Yoshikane SKD Nashiji Gyuto 240mm knife from Chef Knives to Go.